Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our little talk about the Libertarian Platform and all of that. Now, waiting for Steve to come back. He said he was just going to be a minute. It's been about 2 hours already. So I guess I'm just going to start without him. So.
Sorry, I'm late, I'm here.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
What's the holdup?
I was inspired by your rally that you just had.
Oh, yeah?
So I decided to go to a rally of my own.
Oh, really? What one's that?
Well, you know our last video where we talked about ferrets?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
Yeah, and then your friend Christine schooled me on Facebook about the lovey awesomeness of ferrets and how cute they are, and they don't smell.
How could I forget?
I was like, well, you know, I guess I understand, and I felt bad, so I went to the ferret rally today.
Dude, ferret rally, why did you tell me?
Well, it was kind of a spur of the moment. I went out to get something to drink between videos, and ferret suffrage now. Yay. Ferrets. So.
And at the end of 4 years, you decide you don't like peace, prosperity, and chew toys, you can always go back to voting for two-legged candidates. Are you in?
End ferret suffrage, or start ferret suffrage.
What side are you on, man?
Do you end suffrage, or do you...
No, you allow suffrage. Suffer as in to allow.
Then why did they say end women's suffrage?
What?
I thought they suffered.
No. Not suffer as in paid, suffer as in to allow, the old meaning of the word.
So that allows them to vote?
No, as in long suffering means to allow, basically to tolerate, you know, what we're all about.
So I'm letting ferrets vote now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Better be.
Libertarian Platform line, and then what it means, and then we can discuss the smaller issues of it. So, okay. 1.0, personal liberty. Individuals should be free to... 1.0, personal liberty. Individuals should be free to make choices for themselves and to accept responsibility for the consequences of the choices they make. Our support of an individual's right to make choices in life does not mean that we necessarily approve or disapprove of those choices. No individual, group, or government may initiate force against any other individual, group, or government.
Alright, so there you basically have the NAP, though it's not stated as such. Non-aggression principle, for those who don't know that abbreviation.
Do you want to explain what the non-aggression principle is to these people that may not actually know or totally understand it?
Basically states that you're not allowed to use force against anyone who's not using force against someone else.
And that's also getting government to use force in lieu of you.
By extension, yeah, hiring goons, whether you call them elected officials or not, is obviously in violation of the NAP if you're hiring them to engage in force against peaceful people.
Some of the things that are covered under personal liberty are self-ownership, expression and communication, privacy, personal relationships, abortion, criminal justice, self-defense, and something that's covered up.
Yeah, I shouldn't have stapled it.
That's okay. Staples are evil. Not the company. The company's great.
Staples are theft.
Staples for all your office needs. Call me Staples. Call me.
For some reason, the Koch brothers' money hasn't come pouring in yet, so we need some sponsors.
Right, yeah. I was thinking Staples. Staples are great.
Never mind that Staples is theft thing. I was wrong.
Taxation is theft. Staples keeps everything together.
Hey.
I just came up with their new slogan.
Well,
Come on, Staples, call me. Seriously. The most important of this is, to me, is self-ownership. Because I think, like,
it's gotta be, because, I mean, pretty much everything else can be derived from that one.
Yeah, I own myself. I own my body. I own my property, my everything. And no one should be able to take that away from me from force. And that's where taxation and theft comes from, because when I sign a contract with my employer, which is what you're doing when you get hired, even if you're just an hourly employee, just at a regular job like we are, you're still signing a contract with that employer. They're going to pay you X amount of dollars for X amount of work, and usually for us, it's like not much money for way too much work, or trying to get less work for the same pay. Hopefully, my employer's not watching. I do a lot of work. I work hard. But that money is your money, and when the government takes it from you by law, they're forcing someone, the IRS, to put a gun to your head to take that money, essentially.
Yeah, and people don't seem to realize that when they come on, in force saying, "Oh, you don't care about poor people because you think we ought to pay a whole lot less taxes, or none in my case." But if all these people who were, calling libertarians evil because of that would just simply toss $100 a month towards their favorite charity, there'd be no reason for taxation anyway. That's what I'll be doing if I ever get my taxes cut, just once.
Well, this is one of the things where we kind of are at odds a little bit. Like, I think taxation is theft, but at the same time, I think there's things that we need to pay for that the government should be in charge of. But yeah, I think when it comes to income tax, I think income tax should not be taken from me by force. I think it should be a completely voluntary program.
Yeah, paying to work sounds pretty fishy to me.
Right? And if you think of the economic value of it, is if you give me all my money back, then I can spend that money somewhere else, and that will make the economy better. That's a form of, dare I say, trickle up economics. You give the poor people the money, the poor people spend the money, the rich people get the money, and then it goes back into the economy, and it's like a big circle of life thing. I think another one is personal relationships. That's like basically getting the government out of your bed. I'm sure people have heard that term. Like, we want to get the government out of your pocketbook and out of your bed. Well, that's personal relationships. They shouldn't be involved in your personal life, like who you associate with.
Yeah, if I want a third party involved in any of my either written or verbal contracts, I'll ask for one.
Yeah. And I think, say with gay marriage, I don't think the government needs to be involved in marriage one way or the other. Whether it's gay marriage, single marriage, or a traditional marriage. What's a single marriage? That's something I've been doing for 37 years. That's it. I'm gonna buy myself a wedding cake tomorrow. I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like, congratulations on being single.
I was thinking congratulations, Steve and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Dude, my girlfriend's gonna watch this. I'm single as in not married, but not single as in I don't have a beautiful, awesome girlfriend who I love very much.
I'm glad you got that.
Hi, honey. Love you. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. So self-defense is another big one, I think, under the personal liberty, because I think everybody has the right to defend themselves.
Yeah. And that's a good one right there, just because no, libertarians are not pacifists.
I think the reason we need self-defense is against the government and against other individuals. So the Second Amendment is extremely important. The right to bear arms is, to me, is an inherent freedom that you get as being a human being. Not a right that the government has given you to bear arms. You have the right to do so because of the fact that you're human, and you should have the right to protect yourself in any way, means you see necessary.
I mean, obviously, if people don't have the capacity to self-defense, we're going to be stuck depending on less than trustworthy people to defend us, and their definition of defense has been a little bit shaky over the last 150 years or so, and
You could almost say that having someone else defend you almost violates the nap. If you think about it. Like, I'm getting you to defend me against someone who's done you no harm.
I hadn't thought of that.
Isn't that kind of an interesting thought? That just popped in my head right there. Boom. Like, just... I had a coherent thought. Yay.
Don't get used to it.
No, don't get used to it.
Got the ferret thing.
That's true. Hey, we're done with the ferrets now. So we're good. So, if you want to see some more of these videos, subscribe, like it, leave some comments in the comment section, up or below. We don't care. We're doing sideways now? Can we do that? Jesus.
I want diagonal comments, man. It's about damn time.
Right? No more of this below comment nonsense. It's more than that. Anyway, so have a nice night, everyone.